अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रीमत्सिद्धेश्वरी पीठस्थापकं महिमान्वितं कुर्ताळमठयोगीशं मौनस्वामिनमाश्रये। Pranams to Lord Narayana, Jagadguru Shankaracharya and Maunaswami, the founder of Siddheshwari Peetham at Kurtalam in Tamil Nadu. Kurtalam is famous for its waterfalls in Tamil Nadu. The water is supposed to be medicated water, so thousands of people will be coming every day to take a sacred bath. Even if you go by 12 o'clock in the night, hundreds of people will be standing in queues to take bath. And it is a sacred Peetha called Dharani Peetha, which was established by Agastya thousands and lakhs of years back. Maunaswami is a Himalayan saint. He was an ordinary family person in Andhra Pradesh. In the Middle Age, he went to Himalayas. And he did penance, he did tapas there, and extraordinary miraculous powers have come into him. And the deity Siddheshwari Devi, the Mula Devata for the Dashamahavidyas, Kani, Tara, Chandamasta, Bhairavi, Maranamukhi, Dhumamati, Chamatangi, Shodashi, Bhuvaneshwari, Kamalatmika. That deity has come with him from Himalayas. The deity has descended for his Guru, Swami Achyutananda, 25,000 years back. And that deity, by the grace of his Guru and by the grace of Dattatreya, has come to Kurtalam, and she is there. She has come 100 years back to Kurtalam, and so centenary celebrations were done in the Devi Navratrams of this year. There is a sacred place in Siddhashram. While mentioning that, I want to say one thing. Many great people, many saints in India belong to Siddhashram. It's a very secret place which people cannot find generally. Maunaswami has come from Siddhashram, and Sai Baba has come from Siddhashram. And a number of saints like Trailinga Swami of Kashi, who lived for 300 years till recently, from 1607 to 1887, with his physical body. All these people have come from Siddhashram. And recently, many people have read the book, The Autobiography of a Yogi. Paramahamsa Yogananda has come to Boston also a century back. He also, his divine master, Mahavatar Baba, belongs to Siddhashram. He is now in Siddhashram in Himalayas. He was born in 3rd century. He became a Siddha Purusha in Kurtalam by meditating 48 days in Kurtalam about Agastya Maharshi. He became a Siddha Purusha. And his Guru, the Agastya Maharshi, have ordered him to help the people who like to get the divine grace and teach human values about divine powers, and to spread the Deva Samrajya. In Lalita Sahasranama you read Deva Karya Samujjata, Shri Mata, Shri Maharajni, Shrimat Simhasaneshwari, Chidagni Kunda Sambhuta, Deva Karya Samujjata. certain persons will come, will descend to do the divine work. And Mahavatar Baba is such a person. Sai Baba is such a person. And many great saints belong to that cult. Our Maunaswami also, while returning from Himalayas, he went to Maharashtra and met the saint of his Sampradaya, Swami Vasudevananda Saraswati, who was called Tembe Swami, a very powerful mystic person. And on his suggestion, he said, Maunaswami, Sai Baba at Shirdi, he belongs to our cult. He is one of the persons who has come like us. You go and see him before going to South India. And he went and met Shirdi Sai Baba in Shirdi. They exchanged their views. Some people say they have exchanged some divine powers also. In Jnana Yoga, some people have seen such things. And afterwards, Maunaswami went to Bhaktalam and established the Siddheshwari Peetham there. As our people said, Shirdi Sai Baba, it is the only Shankara Peetham in India which has a Sai Baba temple, because in general, new gods will not be accepted by tradition. Recently, you might have heard about Puri Shankaracharya, who is speaking, no, Sai Baba is no god. It has come in the TV channels and papers. Of course, traditional people accept gods only who are said in the Puranas, who are described in the Puranas and Vedas. Sai Baba is accepted nowadays by thousands and lakhs of people. And since Maunaswami knows the powers of Sai Baba, he liked Sai Baba and Sai Baba liked him. Of course, my Guru, Sivachidananda Bharati Swami, he got some divine experiences about Sai Baba, and so he established a temple in the Peetham. Of course, as Sachibhushan said, it is the only Shankara Peetham in India which has a Sai Baba temple. And there is also one thing, no Shankaracharya is crossing the oceans and coming to other countries like America. Only Puri Shankaracharya has come along with Paramahamsa Yogananda. On the request of Paramahamsa Yogananda, Puri Shankaracharya has come nearly a century back. And of course, Kurthalam Shankaracharya is the second person who has come here. Because to establish the Dharma, to prove that Hindu religion is a great religion or the greatest religion, we have to come anywhere and everywhere in the world. Number of traditional people are coming, and they have to come, like Vivekananda, Ramatirtha, or Puri Shankaracharya, or any such. Of course, I mentioned about Siddhashram, from where all these saints have come. That means some saints have taken birth by the supreme command of the Siddhashram yogis. And Maunaswami is one of them. Sai Baba is one of them. Trailinga Swami is one of them. Tembe Swami is one of them. There are so many people. According to the visions, even for the freedom fight in India, Swatantriya Yuddha, 16 saints were sent from Siddhashram to get freedom to the country, which was suffering in the hands of the British people. Of course, those 16 persons, they have not just come from the skies. Some people have entered into the bodies of some people, some great souls, and did their work through them. Mahatma Gandhi is supposed to be like that. A Siddhashram saint has entered into his body and did the work of, he did the satyagrahas and all the other things by the Siddhashram yogi prerana. And some people have taken birth and they worked, like Aravinda Yogi and other people. And that Siddhashram, suppose today, nowadays, people will be praying. Astics will be chanting the mantras, going to the temple. And generally people say, we pray God, we chant some mantras also. We will be doing Ashtotarams, Sahasranama Puja and many other things. We partake in pujas, abhishekams and yajnas performed in the temples and other places also. But even after some 20 years, 30 years or 40 years of sadhana, we are not getting any divine experience. One of the chief priests of a big temple in America told me, Swamiji, I have come some 40 years back here. I am the chief priest. He was a priest of Venkateshwara temple. But I did not get any divine experience. I have earned well. I brought all my relatives to America in very good positions. Everything is happy as far as the financial matter and the matter of the positions are concerned. But Swamiji, do you say really that Venkateshwara Swami is coming from Tirupati here? He never appeared before me in these prayers of 30 years or 40 years. He said, Venkateshwara Swami does not need a visa to come here. Time and distance is not a problem for deities. They come, they will come, they are sure to come. When you put a yantra, a vigraha, and do puja regularly, offer naivedyams, they will surely come. But to see them, in the Veda there is one mantra, Paroksha Priya Vaidevaha. Deities will not appear before you, but they will work. If you chant the mantra, they will shower their grace on you. And if you do yajnam, they will come into the yajnagni. If you do puja, they will come into the idol. They will come into the yantra. They will enter. They will surely help you. With some sankalpa, you see, do some puja. They will help for the success of the sankalpa. They will not appear before you. You will not be able to see them, that's all, but they are sure to come. If you chant the mantra, mantra is the divine call. Automatically they will descend. And to see the deities, you have to have an astral vision, and your third eye must be opened by something or other. If you are able to open your third eye, then you will be able to see the deities. Devatas will appear before you. Only thing is you have to see them. Pratyakshad vishayeva hanta vibudhaha devah paroksha priyaha. Generally they don't like to appear and make you see. If you do tapas, if you do dhyan, if you meditate, if you chant the mantra in lakhs and crores, you are sure to see him. I will give a small example. One day, a district judge has come from Hyderabad to my ashram, to my temple, Kali temple in Andhra Pradesh, in Guntur. That deity has come from the skies before so many people. An idol of some more than 3 feet height, which even 6 people could not carry. Just descended. And we have established a temple and doing pujas. So many people will be coming there. He came, Swamiji, I have come to see you. I heard that Kali has descended for you. Of course, yes. She is the deity whom I have worshipped 600 years back. And she came from the Himalayas, from the skies to Himalayas. And in Himalayas it came to me from before 600 years. And now she has descended. But the deity says that you are also a devotee of Kali in your previous birth. You belong to Ujjaini in your previous birth, and the Ujjaini Kali, you are her devotee in your previous birth. The mother says like this, I said, Swamiji, I believe in your words, but can I know myself? Can I know myself? Of course, it is possible if you meditate, and if Kali graces you, you may get that experience. Because experiences are always individual and personal. Some divine person may say something, but if you want to see, you have to do some sadhana. So Vijay, give me Kali mantra, I will do sadhana and bless me. He said, it's all right, try your luck. Since the Kali says that you are her devotee in the previous birth, she may shower her grace. And he went to Hyderabad and chanted the mantra every day in the nights, because in the daytime he will have to be in the court. And after 40 days he phoned, Swamiji, mother appeared before me. I could know that I belong to Ujjaini. I am running to Ujjaini. That's all right. So he got some experience. But how to get this experience? Kastvam koham kuta ayataha tattvam chintayatadiha brataha. As Jagadguru Shankaracharya says, who are you? Who am I? Where from you have come? Everybody in this world has come after thousands and lakhs of births. And in Telugu I said some time back, Yavaru Hindu, Yavaru Muslim, Yavaru Kraistavudu, Yavaru Parsi, Yavaru Bauddhun, Yavaru Jainun, Yavaru Nivaya. Who is Hindu? Who is Muslim? Who is Christian? Who is a Buddhist or Jain? You may belong to any religion in the previous birth. Now you belong to something. Inni matamula unnavadu, inni janmamu ettinadu, inni tanumula unnavadu, yavaru nivaya. How many births have you taken? In how many bodies you have entered? Who are you? Who are you? Of course, it's an eternal question. Everybody wants to know if a little belief has come. But how to know? How to know? It's only by sadhana. As I said, from number of years you may be doing japa, from number of years you may be doing puja, but to get divine experience is becoming difficult, because experience will come when you do sadhana severely and seriously. Doing 108 japa for 30 years may not help. Doing 1 lakh in 1 week may help, because severity is required, sincerity is required, and seriousness is required. Diksha, and with severe diksha, chant the mantra in thousands and lakhs. What happens if you chant a mantra? Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namo Narayanaya, Om Namo Venkateshaya, like that. You will be chanting the mantras. What happens if a mantra is chanted? The sounds in the mantra will be transformed into light, Shabdam vina naiva kadapi tejaha. Tejo vina naiva kadapi shabdaha. That means the sound and light have a close relationship. For every sound, for every shabda, there is a light. And for every light, there is a shabda. That is, if you chant, Tat Savituru Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, then that mantra, the sounds in the mantra, the shabdas in the mantra will be transformed into light. How they will be transformed? Some time back, a theosophist called Leadbeater, you might have heard, some of you might have heard his name. Madam Blavatsky is the founder of Theosophical Society. And in the second stage, Leadbeater has come. And Dr. Annie Besant has come to India. And Leadbeater, these people are good meditators. Leadbeater is a person who got some divine experiences and who got the power of meditation and had some divine vision. He heard about the Gayatri Mantra. That Gayatri Mantra is a great mantra. The Gayatri of Param Mantram Namatu Paradaivatam. There is no greater mantra than Gayatri, and there is no greater person than the mother. Mother is the supreme deity for anybody. And he went to a Gayatri Mantropasaka. Oh, I hear that you are a great person, you are a great soul, a Mantropasaka, Gayatri Mantropasaka. Will you please permit me to sit before you and meditate when you chant the mantra? So that's it. He was chanting the mantra in the mind. And Leadbeater was seeing with closed eyes. He could see a wonderful thing. Rays of light in 7 colors were emitting for coming out from the head of the Mantropasaka, and they are going into the skies in the form of a gopuram. Everybody knows now, according to science, 7 color lights will be in the Surya Kirana. And he said, it's a wonderful thing. When a person chants the Gayatri Mantra, the light with 7 colors is going in the form of a gopuram to the sun god. And any other mantra is like that. He also said something more. That is, by chanting the mantra, the Shatchakras in the body are opened. Shatchakra Vedanam. There was one great musician in the period of Krishnadeva Raja by name Lola Lakshmidhara Pandita. He said, Shatchakra Vedane Yogi Madanya Kosti Bhutale. Who is any other person who has gone the Shatchakra Vedana, whose Shatchakras are open. I am the only person, he said. And Shatchakra Vedana will be done by Gayatri Mantra. Of course, all the mantras will work in the same way. And so the Shabda, the sound, will be transformed into light. And every Shabda has a light. For example, you say something like Aim. Aim is Saraswati Bija, and white light will come out of it if you chant that particular sound. Suppose you say some clean, some blue light will come. Blue light will come, the light of Krishna. And like that, so if you say Ram, the red light will come. And you chant these mantras, and someday a day will surely come when you find the light before your eyes. If you close your eyes, people have recorded, meditators have recorded 7 kinds of experiences at the time of meditation. One is to see the lights of different colors according to your mantra. And some people will get something more. They feel their body heavy, they feel their body light, they feel that they are flying in the skies. And You may get some tunnel experience also. Tunnel experience means a person, when you close your eyes, you feel that you are going through a cave. Guha, guham guhavasinav aprameyam. Parena nakam nihitam guhayam vibrajite tadjatayo vishanti. Sannyasis who have abandoned everything, who did tyaga, they go through a cave into the highest place. Yad gatva nanivartante tad dhama paramam mama. As Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, natad bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka. In that sacred place, in the place of my, where I be, there is no Surya, there is no Chandra, there is no Agni, but there is some light. If people will come there, they never return. Natat bhasayate suryo, natatra suryo bhati, natatra chandramaha, nami vidyuto bhanti kutoyam agni. As Veda says. So that such place everybody wants to go. If persons read the Shastras or the Puranas or Bhagavad Gita like that, so like, but generally people say, Swamiji, you say about this moksha, place where nobody returns if they go there, it's all right, it's only after something. But we are worried about our troubles in this mundane world. Moksha, mukti, everything is a great thing, greatest thing. But here we are facing number of difficulties, sufferings. In our profession we are not able to shine. Our vyapara, our business is not well. And our son is not getting a job, and our daughter is not married. Nowadays, previously people used to say our daughters are not married, but now number of people say our sons also are not married. They are not getting good girls. Because all these difficulties are there. First we want to solve our difficulties, then we think about the moksha and other things. What is the reason of the difficulty? What is the cause? The root cause of the difficulty is, according to the Shastras, the karma which you have done previously, in the previous birth, purva janma kritam papam vyadhi rupena badhati tachanti raushadhair danair japa homa surarchanai. Everybody who is suffering from diseases, the cause is the sin that you have committed in the previous birth. That comes in the form of some disease. It may be of the mind or of the body. Adi, Vyadi, they are called. How we can get rid of it? How can they be removed? That is, Japa Homa Surarchanai. By chanting the mantra, that is doing japa, homa, do homa, and surachana, puja of the deities. By these three things you can get rid of your difficulties. Generally there is a principle, the siddhanta, avashyam anubhoktavyam kritam karma shubha shubham. What you have done in the previous birth, you have to experience, you can't escape. Then if you can't escape the effect of your previous karma, what is the use of chanting these mantras? What is the use of doing homas? You show your horoscope to an astrologer and say that Shani is bad, Rahu is bad, and you see that your priest will do the japam, Rahu japam, Shani japam, give you tirtham and do some homas for you. And what is the use of all these things if you can't escape the karma? It is the general rule, but for every rule there will be an exception. That exception is the mantra sadhana. Japato nasti patakam. Difficulties are coming by papa of previous birth. And by doing japa, that papa will go. It will be burned. Japato nasti patakam. By doing japa, by chanting the mantra, chant the mantra. By chanting the mantra, you can get rid of your difficulties. Of course, how much? That much until your karma is removed. Is it possible for us? It is possible. It is possible. But people are in a running race nowadays in life. You start early in the morning, run to your office, go to your office after going in the car for some 1 hour or 2 hours. Be there till night and return late in the night. You are tired. When can you do the japa? How is it? There are 2 ways to remove the papa. One is doing sadhana yourself. Of course, while going in the car or any vehicle, you can chant the mantra in your mind, but don't close your eyes when you are driving. You can do the mantra by practice. You can chant the mantra even if you are driving or going in the way. That you can do for at least 1 or 2 hours a day. And without your knowledge, you will be doing thousands. And not only chanting the mantra, but feel the presence of the deity in your heart. The God has given me this work. He has given me this job to live. Without His grace, I could not have got it. So, feel that the God has given you the work. Not only that, feel that it is not your work. It is the work of the God. You are doing Deva Karyam. Of course, you are doing your job, getting money and living with your family and other things you are earning. But feel that you are only a Dharmakarta, a trustee, and not the owner. You will go to a hotel and be there if you go to your another city. You never feel that the hotel is yours. You be there. Life is like that. It is something like a hotel, some dharmashala, some satram. You are there for a few days or few years. Don't feel that it is yours. You are only a traveler, a yatrik. That's all. Feel that you are doing the work of the deity, work of the God. Train your mind like that. Then you will get peace of mind at least. Because if you nowadays, everybody says tensions. Oh, everybody feels tension like that. And people go into depression because of these things, tensions. To get rid of these tensions and depressions, feeling is, you develop the feeling that you are not the owner of these things. And then slowly that feeling also will not come easily. It comes by chanting the mantra regularly, because in the Gayatri mantra it is said, Dhiyo yona prachodayat. If you chant the mantra, the mantra devata will lead your mind. Your mind will be controlled by the God. By chanting the mantra thousands and lakhs of times, the God, the mantra devata will begin to lead you, to drive you, and then there will be no difficulties for you. Of course, doing japa and homa. Homa also is a very powerful thing. Very powerful. 100 and 1,000 times powerful than japa. Do 1 lakh, the minimum number, which is called Purascharana. For every mantra, a Purascharana Sankhya is given. 1 lakh for this mantra, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, 4 lakhs, like that. After doing the minimum number of japa, try to do 1/10 homa. 1/10 homa. That is, if you do 1 lakh, try to do 10,000 homa. And like that, there are so many other things also, tarpanam, Marjanam, and Samaradhanam, like that. There are 5 parts of it. At least the Homa is the most important. By doing this, you will get divine energy and you will be able to remove your difficulties. And after your difficulties begin to go, then try to go to the second stage. Second stage is to get to feel the divine grace. Try to feel the divine grace. Sit for more and more time in dhyan, in meditation. Sit for hours together, and then you feel the grace of the God, the light of the God, and they will speak to you, they will talk to you, you will talk to them. It is possible. But the root of all these things is the Guru Krupa. Without the Guru Krupa, the kindness of the Siddha Gurus, it's not possible to you easily. Siddha Gurus will help you. In general, will be teaching people to do not only the mantra which you like, the mantra of your deity, of your Ishtadevata, but also do the Siddha Guru mantra. Siddha Guru mantra will help you to get the grace of the Siddhas. Siddhas are there in the sky, Siddha Mandalam. Siddha Mandalam is an overlokam above the Bhuloka. Vidyadhara Apsaro Yacharacho Gandharva Kinnaraha Pishacho Guhyakat Siddho Bhutomi Devayonayaha. Siddha Mandala is there in the skies. Siddha Purushas are there. The Gandharvas are there. If you are an artist, if you are a musician, if you are a poet, if you are a painter, because it is the power of the Gandharva Vidya. And the poets and musicians are called Manushya Gandharvas. In Taittiriya it is said, Manushya Gandharvanam Anandaha. Manushya Gandharva, by the grace or by the power of Gandharvas, they will give enlightenment. They will give the Ananda, Rasananda to the people. And that stage of Gandharvas, like that, the Siddha Purushas are there. And their main centers are at some places in the Bhuloka. The main place is Siddhashram in Himalayas. And there are so many other centers also, like Kashi, Sri Shailam, Ujjaini, Vrindavan, Kortalam, and Mount Shasta in America, like that. There are some places, places in the mountains also here. And in Siddhashram, there are persons still living with hundreds and thousands years of physical bodies. Not mere Siddha Shariras or Divya Shariras. With physical bodies, there are persons living from thousands of years, from hundreds of years. And Mahavatar Baba belongs to the 3rd century. He is still there in Himalayas. And there are persons who try to see them, try to search. Where is Siddhashram? Where is Siddhashram? Where is that secret place? It is near Kailasa mountain, near Manasa Sarovar in Himalayas. It's not easily possible to see that place. It's not only a mere one place, but it is a place spreads over so much area. There are so many ashrams there. In Siddhashram, there is the Shaivas are there, the Shaktiyas are at one place, the Bauddhas are at some other place like that. And the secret place where Krishna Bhaktas will be doing meditation, like that. There are some people recently who have gone to those places and met those people, some of those people. Madam Blavatsky has seen some of the people there. She mentioned one or two persons and She has given her their photos also in her famous book, Isis and Weed. And there is the famous Narayana Datta Srimali, the Nikaleshwarananda, who was trained there as a mystic person. Till recently, he was in India some 15 years back. He passed away. He left his physical body. And of course, I have some friends there. Recently, when I went to Himalayas, I met some 4 or 5 persons. One such person was my classmate 600 years back. Those Siddhashram people will help. Some time back, number of countries like America, Britain, France, they tried to search the Siddhashram, and they have toured all over the Himalayas. And some people have got some proofs. Some people could go and see a few by their Purvajanma karma. And there was one wonderful book which has come in America by James Hilton, The Last Horizon, in 1950s. A wonderful book has come. An American citizen who wanted to search and find that secret place which is called Shangri-La in Tibet. In Puranas it is called Siddhashram, and it is called Shangri-La in Tibet. One American youth has gone there to Himalayas, and he wanted to search. He went to some place from Rishikesh, Gangotri, Haridwar. He moved there, and at some time he failed to locate where he was because the snow was falling. He could not find any way. He thought, nobody is seen here. I may die. At that time, a girl was coming. Oh, who are you? I am searching for human beings. I lost my way. I wanted to find Shangri-La. I lost my way. She said, it's all right. You come with me. She has taken him to some village. There were only young people there. There was no old people or persons. What is this? He said, all people are young. There is no old man here. She said, old age will not come to these people here. These people are living from hundreds and thousands of years. You also? What's your age? She said, I am very small in all these people. I am just 900 years old. He said, what is this, 900 years old? How is it possible? It is possible here. It is a part of Shangri-La. He was there for some time, for some few days, and then he said, in our native place in America, people will think I have gone to Himalayas and I was lost. Just I will go to America and come back again after some 2 months, or then after settling all the things. It's all right, you can go. He returned to America. He, with his family persons, he spent some time, and then he again went to Himalayas. But he could not find the way this time. Thus ends that famous book, Last Horizon. It was, a cinema was taken, and it was a hit in those days. President Roosevelt of America has seen that picture, read that novel, and he was highly influenced by that. And for the presidential building, his building in his bungalow, when he was president, he named it as Shangri-La. I am issuing these orders from Shangri-La. He signed like that in some orders. That is such a sacred place or sacred place. And even you can go and see there are some people who have recently also in 2011 or 12, a Paris woman has gone there. There are some number of experiences of such people. So, that Siddhashrama yogis will help you in sadhana. If you chant the Siddhaguru mantra and do some homas and other things, sadhana with that mantra, you can get the grace of the Siddhagurus. Then your sadhana will go forward, will improve, get the Purogamanam. You will be getting experiences by the grace of the Guru. And you will get mantra siddhi. The deity will appear before you. You can speak to the deity, and the deity will speak to you. Nothing is impossible in this world. The only thing is, you must have a sincere attempt, a diksha, a vrata, something like that. And by that, you can become powerful. You can get all success in the life. Of course, in general, for so many things, just like doctors, you have specialists for every purpose, for every disease, for the eyes, for the hand, for the heart, for everything like that. Even in Mantra Shastra, it is like that. If you want a particular thing, do that particular mantra. Suppose you want to have some childbirth, you are not getting sons or daughters, then you do the Santana Gopala mantra, you do the Naga mantra, like that. If you want to have riches, you do the Lakshmi mantra, for education, the Saraswati mantra, or the Vidya Ganapati mantra. And if you are facing hurdles and difficulties in your life, do the Ganapati mantra. Like that, you can select your deity. You can chant the mantra and get whatever you want. The only thing is sadhana, sadhana and sadhana. Japa homa and meditation dhyana. Japa homa dhyana is the threefold way to achieve anything. With these few words, I will come to a close. Narayana, Narayana.
Everybody can come and get Swamiji's blessings. We are not supposed to touch Swamiji, but we can touch the Padakas.